In 2008, I visited China, and it was in July 2008. I was 13 years old at the time. I visited Beijing, Shanghai, Nanjing, Suzhou, Hangzhou, Guangzhou, and I did a grand tour of the Chinese countryside. It was a very memorable trip, and I had a lot of fun, and I took a lot of pictures. I took a lot of video clips. I thought I lost those pictures and videos because I switched computers and I thought I lost all the data, right? But the other day, I found my old external hard drive inside my closet. It was buried under a bunch of clothes. I found my old external hard drive. I plugged it in, and it turns out that I actually backed up all of my images and backed up all my videos. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. Now, mind you, these pictures were literally taken back in 2008. So this was more than 10 years ago. So the video quality and the picture quality isn't the greatest. But I visited Beijing. This was the hotel that we slept at and stayed at. It's called the Jingdu Business Hotel. And there's always like 2 security guards that stood around outside. They were really nice though. They were like young guys, like maybe in their early 20s. And I was like 13 at the time, and I would always hang out outside with them. And they were really nice. And then there's a Beijing police officer. He doesn't carry any weapons though, no weapons. He was patrolling Tiananmen Square. And this is the Tiananmen Square. And outside Tiananmen Square back in 2008, they had a billboard that had the countdown to the Beijing Olympics, to the start ceremony of the Beijing Olympics. This is the monument of the people's heroes. As you can see, you see the People's Armed Police standing guard outside. Now, the day I visited Tiananmen Square, the square itself was closed off to the public for renovation. So I didn't actually go on to the square itself where the monument to the people's hero was. But nevertheless, I got to see Tiananmen Square. I got to see Mao Zedong's picture. This is Mao Zedong and his portrait in Tiananmen Square, right? Very nice. And then we also visited the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China was very steep. I climbed all the way to the top with my dad. And at the very top, guess what was at the very top? An ice cream vendor. Yes, there's like an old Chinese dude that sold ice cream at the very top of the Great Wall. I'm not sure how he gets up there, but every day he's up there. And you see all the tourists, and it's a very memorable, very, very memorable experience. And then after visiting Beijing, we took the train down to Nanjing, right? The old city of Nanjing. And we were actually on the city walls of Nanjing. And it was, I believe, a Ming Dynasty era city wall. And we visited the Sun Yat-sen Mausoleum. We visited the Sun Yat-sen Mausoleum and paid respect to Sun Yat-sen, of course. Went into his tomb. And it was a very hot day. It was very hot. I visited during the summertime. China during the summertime is so warm and it was so humid. I wasn't used to it, but it was interesting. And this is Suzhou. This is Shanghai. So we actually took a boat trip on the Shanghai. I believe is this the Wampo River? I think this is the Wampo River. There's a boat ride in the Wampo River. Very fun. And then we went to Guangzhou, went to the countryside of Guangzhou, and then we concluded the trip by riding the train to Hong Kong, and then from Hong Kong took the plane back to America. And it was a lot of fun. It was a really fun trip. I really believe that China is a special country, and the people in China were so beautiful, and the countryside was so beautiful. And after this 2008 trip to China, I really developed a great respect for my Chinese heritage. So I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna show you a bunch of video clips from my 2008 trip to China. I'm gonna put captions and you can understand, so you can understand what you're looking at. So let's go.
86蚊一隻啊！佢話頭先講嚇，嗰度有啊86蚊一隻片片你喺教育路嗰個教育路啊？教育路嗰度有。
Hey dog.
唔淡啊！你到諗回啲喎，佢都未知。你個姐當然我哋家你啊。呢個都未拎起走，佢介於我。我佢介於我。影到隻狗啫。見到隻狗仔啊？唔係，影唔影到？影到。
They closed the gate.
有排你行，我寧願兜個彎咧，就起碼我唔喺度慢慢等。有排你等啊！
哇！ Ah shit, tangled. Ah! Oh.
行啦，走行，一路行。
大件或者後吞。
啲人嚟呢度買嘢啦，全部已經嚟呢度買。
Shit, there's a flood, man. It's a flood.